Let's see how you do with this. This is a monkey. Now, do you think this is a Denny's or an animal here? Okay. All right. I don't know. Okay, there's a lot of pressures on this one.
Definitely Denny's.
You're going to say that one is definitely Denny's? Oh, with confidence? Yes, that was actually Denny's right there. And
Dunkin' is the official coffee of the KVJ Show. America runs on Dunkin'. The KVJ Show is now live on 97.9 WRMF.
It's time to wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ Show to start your morning. Kevin is the host, and his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Beast, so don't get her pissed. It's Jason, talks like a spaz, and he'll have to talk about Bigfoot and stats. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ Show.
yeah, hello, welcome to the KVJ Show. How y'all doing today?
Good morning.
Good to see y'all. All right, all right.
Party.
Yeah, party.
What?
So I'm
It's a
fired up.
party.
Boy, that was some dialed-in partying.
Let's party, everybody. This is going to be awesome.
Hope
It's
you guys,
early.
Hope you guys have a great day.
Yeah, that's cool. All right, glad we're all here. Well, hello. Good morning. It's a Wednesday already.
I know, man.
Yeah, I know, right?
Not only is the week going by quick, life is going by quick.
That's it, man. It is insane. It is going super fast. So there you go. Gosh.
A lot of kids have off school today.
You
I
all
don't know
right?
if you know that.
Are you in slow
Are you
mo?
intoxicated?
I swear I'm not.
Why did it take you 10 seconds to answer?
Maybe I'm just slow coming out the gate today. Not every day the horse trots. Sometimes he likes to walk.
I mean, we talked over each other like 9 different times right there.
The sprinters came out, tripped, fell, took a couple more steps, just laid down.
I'm going back to bed.
That's my race today. There you go. All right. Well, we'll get with it. We'll pick up the pace here. All you really care about is getting your songs. KVJ 5K triple play coming up about 7:10 this morning. 3 songs we'll give for you. Your shot to win $5,000 when you hear them later on today. So you definitely want to be here. You definitely want to know, because that's the only time you definitely know you're going to hear those 3 songs. The announcement is going to be coming up. And yeah, hey, if you can make anything out of your Wednesday, win $5,000 cash.
It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. Virginia, take it away, because you know we need that Dirt of the Day.
Well, coming up in a second, Ellen DeGeneres and George W. Bush went to a ball game together, and the internet exploded.
Whoa.
How dare they? I'll tell you what's going on and what Ellen had to say coming up in just a second. Before we get into that, Miley Cyrus had to be hospitalized. Now, she's not saying specifically what's going on, but we're hearing behind the scenes that she's struggling with tonsillitis.
Oh, that's rough.
She took to the Instagram to say that she was really hoping she could get better for this Saturday, because she's supposed to be playing Ellen DeGeneres' big concert she's doing. You know, Ellen loves the gorillas, and they're doing a big show called Gorilla Palooza?
Gorilla Palooza?
Gorilla Palooza.
Okay.
Doesn't roll off the tongue that quick.
All right, Gorilla Palooza.
I had that tonsillitis. I had to get my tonsils and adenoids taken out in my early 20s, and it was brutal. It changed the way my voice is. I used to talk a lot like I always had peanut butter in my throat, and then when I took them out, I talked like this.
Made you a man.
It made me a man.
When they took him out, did they let you see him after?
No, they were kind of, they had their eye on me because I had a wrestling card on my scrub.
What?
You know your little scrub hat you wear in surgery? I put one of my favorite wrestlers on. I taped it, and they didn't like that, and it turned into a thing before my surgery. So yeah, they weren't into showing me tonsils and goofiness. I didn't mean to hijack your dirt.
It looks like the Gronk is going to be joining Fox Sports, serving as an NFL analyst. His first gig is going to be this Thursday night. He'll be there for the pregame show right before the Patriots take on the Giants, and he'll be putting in his 2 cents.
I mean, you knew this was going to happen.
Oh, you knew it was going to happen. It'll just be interesting to see, okay, how's he going to do?
He's going to do good.
Yeah, I think he'll do fine. He's done a good bit of TV stuff already, and he's been fine on it.
They love the Gronk. Gronk's crazy. They love it.
I think it's really one of the main reasons why he got out of football is because he realized that he's pretty good in front of a camera, and he's going to have a lot of good options that aren't going to hurt his body.
Yeah, and TV reporting won't give you a concussion.
Yeah, exactly.
You see that happen all the time on the baseball network. Guys that are retiring and they're already grooming to get on the network as an analyst.
Mm-hmm.
And finally here, Ellen DeGeneres and George W. went to a ball game together. All kinds of people had so much to say about it on the soch.
Don't they always?
Some people were mad, some people weren't mad, and it's just a very fascinating look into psychology of people.
Well, you know, she is, I guess, very liberal-leaning, and he is very conservative, being a Republican, and we just know that today you can't associate with those people.
Isn't that something?
I mean, you just can't even talk to them. I mean, it's all out civil war, isn't it? I mean, we're not allowed to associate or speak with people that have different opinions than us.
Even the fact that you're being sarcastic about that, you're going to get 5 emails about that. Oh, Kevin doesn't take it seriously.
Yeah, good. Bring them.
Good.
I will delete them.
And that's what's going on in your dirt.
All righty. Thank you very much, Virginia.
Do you need more KVJ Show? Find everything KVJ at kvjshow.com.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
What you think about today, Jay Bird?
I feel like such a wimp yesterday. Has a group of kids ever scared you? I'm walking Chewy, and these kids, they were troublemakers. They were talking all kind of trash. They were talking trash about Chewy, about what I was wearing. They're dropping.
Let's do a deep
They're
dive.
dropping F-bombs at me. They're like swearing. So
How old are these kids about?
They were walking down. They looked like middle school kids to me.
Okay.
But they could have been young freshmen.
So anywhere from like 4 to 25?
Somewhere in that ballpark. So there's like 11 of them, and they're coming down the street, and they're loud, and they're saying things to me, and for a good 30 seconds, I'm like, I'm scared. I don't know if I can take these kids down. And I'm just wondering, have you ever felt like a wimp where kids have made you feel so threatened for your life?
Never. Not on this
They
scale.
walked away. I'm like, oh man, I feel like such a wimp right now. But I feel like all of those kids, they probably were 14 years old. If all of those kids decided to jump me, I did not have a chance.
No.
There's no way.
I think if 3 of those kids decided to
I'd
jump you.
say 2. Yeah. Maybe 1. I don't know.
They looked so young, but they were so big. It was
Yeah. They're growing big these days.
They
It's all
do.
the hormones in our food.
I know, man. You're right. I think because I was thinking if they did jump me, how would I have fared? I don't think I would have fared
Probably
well.
not.
Probably
well,
like
no.
when Kevin had those 2 guys jump you in our back office and you just rolled into a ball.
But those were grown men, and they bear hugged me. And you think that I went into a ball? They pushed me into a ball because they were so strong. I had no time to be a coward because they just tackled me.
Why the tears then?
Because I was scared. But it wasn't like, oh. I mean, I think they those are grown men. These are kids. And I think they would have taken me out.
Yeah, probably would have.
So your interact karate wouldn't have saved the day?
No, that's what I was-
YouTube karate, apparently.
All of those thoughts were going through. I'm thinking, does Chewy have my back? Does Chewy just... I think Chewy just looks, sees the situation, and kind of dips
He's
out.
like,
Chewy
man.
can't see so good.
All right, with the comments about it, I get
Well,
it.
it's a fact.
I know, but there's always a dig about Chewy.
He looks at you like maybe 10 years ago. Today, nah, not so much.
When I was a pup.
Yeah.
I just my manhood was challenged and I failed.
Oh.
Yeah. No, they'll come after you, man. What's on your mind today, Virginia?
Well, we're still knee deep in our Bahamas relief stuff. And I had got this message from the Imagination Station Early Learning Center. And they were like, hey, we have this little donation thing going on. We've been doing a coupon book. A lot of schools do that coupon book thing where they sell them and then the school keeps part of the profits.
Yes.
And then they also donate to a charity. They're like, hey, we want to do your Bahamas charity through Little Smiles
cool.
for our coupon book donation. I was like, oh, that's awesome. I'm like, okay, the text to give is still active, so you can go on and text to the number 44321 and just put your amount right on there, and we're so thankful. Thank you. And they were like, okay. So I was figuring maybe a couple $100. I went and checked it this morning. They put over $3,000 on
No
there.
way.
So
Wow.
big shout out to the Imagination Station Early Learning Center. You guys are awesome. And literally, the shipping containers are being loaded onto the freighters as we speak and heading over to the Bahamas this week, loaded up with all kinds of building supplies and appliances for the school and roofing materials for the school and flooring for the clinic and AC for the clinic. So we've got all kinds of projects going on over there, and we really, really appreciate the donations.
That's very cool.
Thank you.
Very nice. They did a movie. They haven't done a show. They did the movie in 2006 that came out 13 years ago. And they have not done a TV reboot. And that's what they'd be talking about, is rebooting it for TV. Now, the odd thing about it is Don Johnson, as he's talking about doing a Miami Vice reboot, was mocking the concept of reboot, saying it seems like they run out of ideas for good shows, so they're going to the well, but then said, yeah, maybe I'd be interested in coming back.
Oh, of course.
So what do you think about a Miami Vice reboot? Would it work or not? And would you love to see it? Now, if you don't know, and maybe you don't have the right perspective, if you're from South Florida. If you're not, you may get it. And if you're about my age, when I was a kid, Miami Vice really shaped my view of South Florida. It had the pastel colors, and I remember the opening and the soundtrack and everything.
The guys
had
with
to it.
loafers and no socks.
Yes,
and
it made Miami seem awesome and cool and glamorous, and that was my input. Other than that, I don't know. Without that TV show, I don't know that I would have much of a vision of Miami. I mean, when I was growing up, it was Miami Vice and the Miami Hurricanes, and that set my tone and my perception of what Miami was. And I know Miami's still visible and things like that, but what is it that's cutting through for a kid in small town Southern Ohio?
Yeah, now as a kid, I really learned about cocaine and all about
you
it.
do.
No, you really
Yeah.
learn about cocaine if you watch
It was
that
fascinating.
show.
It brought you in. Well, it had music. They would take a lot of the popular songs from the day. The editing was cool. It was bright. It was a lot of the stuff you see today. The show was really groundbreaking in that sense, that it used what you're really seeing today as far as the music and everything else together. And that look, that style really kind of started with this show.
created fashion trends.
Absolutely it
Everybody
did.
started popping their collar.
Yeah, you're right. It was a big force back in the 80s. Now, how do you get it to that level again? I don't know that you would.
There's so much stuff to watch now.
Exactly.
Back then, there wasn't as much stuff.
It's a different environment, and there was a major hole to drive that show through. Now I don't know that it still exists, but would it and could it work? Cop shows still work. Miami is still glamorous. It's still cool. I think if you had the right, it's all about the right actors, the right writing, the right concepts. Bringing back Don Johnson and that crew and having them be a little part of it. If they're supposed to be the sex appeal, it's going to flop. But that's
Bring
what,
Don back as like the old chief,
the captain or
the
something.
captain or something. But you got to have some young eye candy.
You know
in
what
there.
I would actually like to see, what I think would be a great twist if you did this? Don Johnson actually flips, and now he's a runner. He's on the other side of it. Where he finally just, he's turned rogue and he's bad. Don
He's
Johnson.
a kingpin.
Don Johnson is actually, yes.
And then
Okay.
Tubbs is the one going after him.
I don't know, maybe. What'd you do with Philip Michael Thomas? I don't know yet.
Well, maybe he's not a cop at all. He's retired. He's got a food truck. Something completely different.
And every now and then,
yeah, you see him.
So you got Don Johnson, who's bad, and you got Tubbs, who now, by the way, he's put on a ton of weight. So he really is Tubbs. and then he runs a food truck, and then that's where good comes to bad, and they kind of like, talk and connect about the old days. He's like, man, I don't know why you do it. He's like, look, man, I knew the system was broken.
And then Tubbs gets killed at the food truck over a bad deal.
Could be.
Don Johnson didn't want Tubbs to die, but he had a hand in it somehow. The guilt plagues
He
him.
doesn't realize that, Crockett's playing Tubbs. He's using his food truck as a front to move cocaine.
We just wrote Miami Vice, my friend.
Yeah, see, I'm just telling you. It could work.
I love the idea of Tubbs having a food truck.
Yeah.
You just love food trucks.
I do.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no lying.
So, I don't know. Be interesting to see if that concept will work, but the discussion is out there. So maybe Miami Vice coming back to TV. Do you think this concept would work? They're talking about doing a John Wick spin-off with a female assassin who wants revenge against the people who killed her family.
Joanna Wick.
Yeah. Jonna Wick.
Judy Wick.
Yes. I don't know. It's just, hey, maybe, I have no problems with a young female assassin. How many times have we done the,
Yeah, and stop.
but it always seems to work, revenge.
And media, stop telling me that I'm I don't care if there's they think you're supposed to get mad that there's a woman assassin. I'm not mad about that.
No, that doesn't bother me.
Make the movie. I don't give a crap.
No, that's kind of cool. In fact, there was one that I'd seen, blonde something or other, not too long ago, and it's female assassin. It had hers during the Cold War era. It was really cool. I like that. So I got no problem with female assassins. I just don't know if under the same umbrella if it's going to work. But
It's bad. It has been done before.
it has, yeah. This wouldn't be our first female assassin movie that does come out. So yeah, you can do that. I don't know if I feel like watching the revenge thing again. Keanu Reeves apparently is going to be a producer on it, so he's got a vested interest.
Are we gonna have a John Wick 4? I mean, how much can happen?
Yes,
There is gonna be a
there is
4.
going to be a John Wick 4. He's working on it right now. It's not going to be out till 2021. But if you saw John Wick 3, you knew there's going to be a John Wick 4. I mean, when you saw John Wick 2, you knew there was going to be a John Wick 3. There's no way they're ending it there.
They set the stage.
Same thing with John Wick 3. You're like, in fact, I thought John Wick 3 was going to be it, and it was going to end. And then Virginia, there was a twist you didn't expect, and you're like going, yeah, there clearly has to be a John Wick 4 now. So yeah, there is going to be. And I'm not tired of the John Wick necessarily yet. I know some people are like going, it's just choreographed death. I'm like, oh, yeah, but it's great choreographed death.
Yeah, I mean, you have them. They've done Die Hard, 5 of them now, I think.
Done a lot of those.
They did Lethal Weapon, 4 Lethal
Yeah, what was
Weapons.
the joke I heard at they had at the roast for Bruce Willis? The next Die Hard, natural causes.
Oh.
It's getting to that point. Well, talking Eddie Murphy's coming back doing a Beverly Hills Cop 4. So they're doing reboots all over the place. It just is not going to stop.
Is that a reboot or that's a sequel?
Sequel, I mean, yeah.
Sorry.
But they're going to keep, dragging it on. Yeah. Well, coming up here in just a couple minutes, got a round of Halloween-themed fact or fiction out. We're in the month of October. What do you think about this? Fact or fiction? Jack-o'-lanterns aren't named after a famous person. They actually come from an old Celtic phrase meaning headless.
That, my friend, is a fact, and I'm betting my face on it.
You're betting your face on that? Well, you could be a headless bird? Okay, we'll see. Is that fact or fiction coming up next?
It's time to gain some knowledge. You learn more here than you would in college. We're the smartest radio station. We are the leaders in education. Is it truth? Is it lies? Kevin's the host. He's got beady eyes. Fact or fiction?
What do you think about this, Virginia? It's a fact or fiction for you. Jack-o'-lanterns aren't named after a person. They come from an old Celtic phrase meaning headless.
Headless?
Headless. What do you think? Fact or fiction?
I'm going to go fiction.
You're going to go fiction on that. Jaybird completely disagrees with you. In fact, he said just a minute ago he bet his face on it. That it was going to be fact. Jaybird, give me your face. Virginia is correct. It is fiction. It comes from an old Irish folktale where a man named Jack gets himself banned from both heaven and hell. Instead, he wanders the earth carrying a homemade lantern.
Very creepy. I think we all should talk creepy in this segment.
You do, huh? Okay. Why not? What do you think about this, Jaybird? The word witch, which you use a good bit here on this show, actually means wise woman.
Well, hasn't this come full circle?
I'm
Yes.
not trying to break my spooky character over here, but
Yeah.
that's funny. That's, my friend, is fiction.
That is fiction. No, that is a fact. It means wise woman.
I could have told you if
It-
you'd only asked.
It's from a word in Old English meaning sorceress.
Yeah.
What?
Sorceress.
What?
Sorceress.
You got that sticky tongue.
I do, yes.
All right. Virginia, let's see if you can continue trouncing the bird here. Fact or fiction, 2 out of 3 houses in North America put up Halloween decorations. Fact or fiction?
2 out of 3?
Yes, 2 out of 3.
Oh, you are using your creepy voice. Virginia's voice is
I
horrifying.
know. She's got to stop. She's
I'm gonna
scaring
put a
the
spell.
children.
I'm gonna put a spell on you.
I wish he was the voiceless horseman.
Tell us, wise woman.
2 out of 3 fiction.
2 out of 3 fiction.
Oh.
Really?
If you're counting jack-o'-lanterns
Oh.
as decorations, it is fact. Yes, 2 out of 3. A lot of pumpkins.
Yeah. I
Have to
forgot
die
about
this
that.
time of year. Everybody's always sad about the turkeys, but what about the pumpkins?
Jack-o'-lantern creepy, but not snack-o'-lantern. Ooh.
Stack of
What does that mean?
You never snack-o'-lantern? You carve up the pumpkin, then you put snacks inside of it. Snack-o'-lantern.
Nobody does that.
It's a great idea.
Thank you, Kevin.
I like it. Never heard of it, but I
thought
like
you,
it.
You're supposed to be wise over there, witchy.
What do you think about this? Fact or fiction? There is a full moon for Halloween about once every 6 years. Is that fact or fiction?
Whose turn is it?
Yours, Jaber. Virginia just went.
I believe that
That
is.
spell I put on him to make him dumber is working.
I believe that is fiction. It is every 10 years.
It is every 10 years. Okay, well, thank you for that. You are correct in a long way. Very nice. The last one was in 2001 that we had a full moon for Halloween. And look out because we'll have one next year.
Next year.
Yes. Full moon for Halloween next year.
That's when the wise witch woman really shines. Little midnight moonlight.
She loves it.
Final round here. All right, what do you got? Fact or fiction? Tiebreaker here, possibly, Virginia. The average person spends about $60 on a Halloween costume. What do you think? Now, yesterday you could have gotten that sloth costume for only $21. But
That thing was overpriced.
it was just a
It was a disaster.
it was a latex butt with 2 eyes in it. What do you think? Fact or fiction?
Kevin's given us this answer before. If you pay attention.
I am going to say fiction.
Okay. Do you agree, Jay Bird?
It costs way more than $60. So, fiction.
What? No. I said the average person.
Did you say
spends-
faction?
The average person spends about $60 on a Halloween costume.
I'm trying to do too much. I'm trying to be a spooky character, and I can't listen to Kevin.
Stay in your lane.
You've overextended yourself by doing that? That's too much?
I don't think I agree. I think most people do not. They spend more than $60.
They spend more than $60. Jay Bird knows because I have already done this on the show, apparently. He listened and paid attention, but he still did not get it right. Yes, it's fiction. The average is under 30.
Yeah,
could've
60
swore-
is too much.
I thought you had a study that was 90 per
Are you
average.
arguing with Kevin again?
There's what, 90
No,
per
Because
hour?
you don't want to believe it's true.
No, I'm not. I'm just talking about the whole process. And don't email the show that I disrupt the show with my stupidity. I know. I get it.
What was
You don't have to
this-
keep sending
What was
me
the
those.
stat again? I just want to get it.
It is $90 the average.
No. People don't spend 90.
Oh, I do.
No.
You're not average.
It's very.
All right, final one here, Jay Bird. Here you go. 1 in 9 people get a Halloween costume for their pet. 1 in 9.
Let me ponder that stat. I think that is fiction. It's way more.
Ah, I know. I agree with you, but apparently, according to the stats, you're wrong. It's fact. 1 in 9. I thought it would be a lot more than that, too.
Did I get all of them wrong?
You had a bad round. Yeah, it wasn't good. Yeah, it wasn't.
We learned.
This isn't one you want to put in the vault.
You're over there trying to be cute.
No, I'm not, actually.
They say devils and pumpkins are the top 2 pet costumes. Devils and pumpkins.
I like the one when you see a dog dressed like a hot dog. That's adorable.
It's cute.
That is kind of cute.
Aw.
Yeah, I kind of like the doggy clown. You ever seen the clown one?
Yeah,
They
that
got the
one's
clown
cute
shoes
too.
on.
You ever seen the one that's the doggy dressed as a taco?
Yeah.
I like that one too.
All right. Well, coming up here in just a couple of minutes, apparently Jaybird has got a couple battles going on. Two different places that are just abbreviations.
Is one of them HOA?
Actually, he's got three battles in. He's got HOA. I don't know what it is with you and organizations that are three-letter abbreviations.
He's a rule breaker.
I'm really.
He don't want to be a conformist. No one's gonna tell him what to do.
Look, this one, I don't even know why they're after me on this one, and it's the big dogs.
Okay, all right. So Jaybird,
FBI,
Maybe not that big.
CIA.
Just wait. FBI and CIA is coming.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. If it is an organization with just three letters, it is likely going to be trouble for Jaybird. HOA. We know about the problems you've had with them.
We've had some issues.
It's been a battle.
I think everyone has issues.
A lot of people do have problems with their HOA, yes. Not just you.
And again, the one woman that works at my HOA, she's really, really nice. She's very kind. I don't want her to ever think that I'm talking trash. When I go after the HOA, I'm talking about HOA, just the organization in general. Nobody likes the HOA unless you're on the board.
You don't have to tell me. I'm about to sue mine.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
Wow.
It's a way of life, Kev, your battles with the HOA. And most of the
Those got
time,
worse.
it's people who don't even work for the HOA. They claim they work for the HOA.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. I have a ton of those by where I live.
Wait,
It's just neighborhood vigilantes.
you can get in trouble for impersonating a cop. Can you get in trouble for impersonating an HOA member?
That's a great question. You should. I know this one woman was not on the dumpster police woman. There's no way she's
Right.
on the HOA.
That
You
should
need
be
to step
illegal.
up to her. Next time she gets froggy, step up to her and say, "Lady, sit down."
Sometimes I step up and then you're in a situation like, oh gosh, I wish I
Oh
wouldn't
wait,
have
she
stepped
really is on the HOA.
Now I'm in this thing, this war.
But it's not just HOA, and not this time. It's something else. It is after the bird. It's the IRS.
Uh-oh.
Some issues you've got, huh?
Why? You just sent off all your tax returns and they owed you money.
They're. I know. That's why I'm so. I paid all that money to have all my taxes done, do all that stuff. The woman who did it, she's like, "Oh, everything's good." I received the one check already, and then all of a sudden, I get a letter from the IRS saying, "We don't know who you are. You have to prove who you are."
I don't know who you are.
They go, "Yeah, we don't have any records of you. We don't know."
Wait,
then,
you don't exist? This could actually be to your benefit.
And then to prove who I am, there's this laundry list of you need this form, that form, blah, all these forms that I know I don't have. There's no way I do. It's really bizarre. And there's this number you got to call. There's this whole process, and they're saying they can identify who I am.
Where's your paper? Where's the paperwork?
It's at home. Do you want me to go get it right now? I'll get breakfast.
Bring it tomorrow. Bring it tomorrow, and we'll take a look at it.
Man, the IRS, if they really want to screw up your life, they can't.
Yeah.
I was supposed to get this check already. They said now because of all this, I'm not, at the minimum, I'm not getting my money for another 8 weeks. They said. Oh, I know.
Wow.
And they're acting like I'm the criminal.
Well, you raised a red flag. Because when you don't do your taxes for a little bit and then you do them all at once, they start going, wait, what's going on?
That's not true. That's not true at all, because the woman told me a lot of people actually do what I do. She said she always has people, they wait 3 years to do their taxes because they know the government owes them money and they consider it money in the bank, and that's why I do it. And they do it all. I'm not as dumb as you might think.
I know, but I mean, if you just took care of it every year, I think you don't flag yourself.
Some people are wondering, is this a possible scam that is going on here? Because people are using now a lot of logos from legitimate agencies, and they'll make them look real. Like they will put on email addresses and things like that. In fact, I just went through our company had that thing. You know that thing we just had to do for the phishing scam thing that we had to go through? That training thing you did, Jaybird?
Yep.
The class you took, the test you took.
We went fishing?
It's fishing with a P.
I hear you.
Yeah, you know that thing we had to do, the mandatory thing?
Yeah, Kev, I get it. I didn't do my homework, and the teacher's calling me out publicly. I get it.
No, I thought you would be able to relate to what we saw there. Okay.
You did do it. You did it.
I did do it. I did not
You
pay
did
someone
it.
to take that for me.
But they had a lot of examples of people that are using Apple and other things like that saying there is an issue. And the link even looks legit, like you're going to apple.com. And then what it does, you got to pay attention because it immediately casually just diverts you somewhere else. And then that's when you start entering the stuff you don't even realize because the logos are still there, but you're no longer on an Apple site. You're somewhere else.
So just bring me the
I
paperwork
will.
that you have. Usually the IRS does not reach out to you electronically. They reach you in the mail.
They did. That's what they did,
So
the
if
mail.
if it came in the mail, let's look at it. Bring it in here, and we'll do a deep dive into what this paper is.
Even the paper had like an IRS look and smell to it. It just, you smell it, you go, ugh, the IRS, this is going to be long and it's going to be painful.
Okay.
Oh, it's just the worst.
Just before you do anything, bring it in.
I will. I'm not going to do anything.
Majority of people think that it's a scam, yeah.
I don't think it is a scam.
Okay.
We will delve into that
Because
tomorrow.
that just seems odd that the IRS is like, who are you? We don't know who you are.
Well, the weird thing is I already got one of
Right.
the 3 checks
That's
I've already
why
gotten.
They're not that, like, they're not like, wow, I don't know. Where did I file that at? On the IRS. I have no idea. Oh, I can't find all these papers. I mean, they're pretty good on their stuff.
I hope it's a scam.
If it's a scam, it's awesome.
Yes.
Because we're not going to respond to it. But if it's real and you're in trouble with the IRS, it is a pain in the derriere.
One of the things they said, if you talk to us on the phone and we can't get it solved, you now have to go to headquarters, like the IRS headquarters. I feel like it's a trap.
When you call them to do stuff on the phone, because I've had to, the wait time sometimes is like 2 hours that you have to sit there on the phone and wait for an agent that can talk to you. I was like, what?
I'll bathe Chewy during that time. I'll just put it on speaker and
Oh,
wait.
yeah, nice and slow. 2-hour dog bath.
Oh, yeah. Focus on the undercarriage.
Oh, yeah.
Stop sexualizing my dog.
Me, you.
All right, so we've dealt with your problems with the HOA.
Have we, though?
The IRS. Well, I mean, we've discussed. Sorry, there's still pending problems.
So many pending problems.
Now, the last organization with just 3 letters, PBI. What is going on with PBI?
The airport?
My dad had to go to the airport because he's back going to Texas. And then as my sister took him, he forgot something. So then I had to go drive to the airport. Did PBI change the way? Whoa, I just spit it on you so bad. Did they change the way they drive in? Because I got lost in PBI on that roundabout for a good 15 to 20 minutes, and I'm on some weird side road. Did they change it?
You probably got on the cell phone lot road that circles around underneath. You just have to follow the signs.
All right, I didn't want to bring this up because I knew it's Quest over here.
Yeah.
You know how to travel.
I would tell you honestly though, PBI to me, a lot of airports are. PBI especially it's very confusing because there is a way that you can kind of like it's almost like a racetrack. You can keep just looping around, and it is kind of tough because it's a weird side like right turn that kind of goes up and around the bridge and all that kind of stuff. That it's a little tricky. You got
It's
the
very
arrivals,
tricky. And-
arrivals, departures. I can't remember. Wait, who's doing what? What am I doing?
And then there's
You don't know if you're arriving
I
or
don't know if I'm
departing.
coming or going, Virginia.
oh, Virginia. There's a part where
That's on you.
no, that's not true. Because there's a part where you're like, is it Arrive? Is it Delta? Is it Pro-Am or whatever the one? Not Pro-Am.
Pro-Am.
What's the one?
Pan Am?
Pan Am.
They're out of business.
Have been for about 30 years.
Way to keep up.
I don't do airports well, and
We
clearly
know.
I don't do IRS well.
All right, it's TWA. Wait, what?
I didn't even
Okay,
get,
Eastern.
I didn't even get that joke.
He's naming all defunct airlines.
Okay, yeah. So I don't know what to tell you, Virginia. I got confused.
Yeah, I could see where that would happen.
And people keep thinking that the IRS called me. No, I received a letter in the mail. That's why I think it's not a scam.
Bring the letter in. We will examine it, and we will get to the bottom of it.
Can we do breakfast today?
Go ahead. Yes. Nothing's stopping you there.
A little Waffle Wednesday, I could do the trick real nice.
He found this new restaurant called Waffles, Waffles, Waffles. And I was like,
That's everything you want.
I just want an egg. They don't have it. You have to get an egg on a waffle.
You know, if he opened his own restaurant, though, he would call it Waffles, 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 Waffles.
I think the name would stick.
It's an expensive sign.
It's a long sign.
It is a long sign. Yeah, well, $40 million because they didn't do anything. That's what Facebook says, at least. They're going to be paying advertisers who said it inflated the amount of time its users watched videos. Don't buy some of those numbers that you see on social media. That's one of the big problems today, Virginia.
Well, they inflated it by like hundreds of percentage.
Yes.
Like, what?
They say that the time was inflated by up to 900%.
Oh, my gosh.
And when advertisers saw those strong numbers, they're like, yes, we'll buy into that. And so Facebook is raking in all this money on its advertising services because the numbers are not true. Advertisers then sued Facebook in 2016 over the metrics that they used, supposedly saying that the average length of time consumers spent viewing the posted video ads was false. Now, Facebook denied any wrongdoing in the lawsuit settlement, but they did publicly acknowledge that there was maybe an error in our formula.
Whatever, Zuckerberg, we're not believing you.
Oh, an error that we made all this extra money and scammed you guys. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see where this all falls out. Twitter also has their own problems. They admitted that they took the phone numbers that people gave them to secure their accounts, which I believe I did yesterday, and they've passed those along to advertisers to help target ads to you.
I wonder, like, why I get so many text messages. Hey, do you need cash? Do you get these?
Yeah, people are always trying to
Who
scam
doesn't?
me.
Do you need cash? Click here and get $1,500 in your bank account by tomorrow. Like,
Or your brother is getting an operation in Guam. We need money. Please go to Publix and get some gift certificates.
because we're giving our numbers to Twitter, and then Twitter is selling our numbers to scammers.
Yeah, and the next thing you know, you're getting letters from the IRS.
Oh, yeah. And then you win, they say you win the British lottery twice. No one's that lucky.
Yeah, that's it. All right, well, that's some of the stuff that's going on, but thank goodness, because it's not just Facebook anymore where we're getting a lot of this stuff. There are all these like neighborhood different platforms that are out there. We can find out everything that's happening within like a 1 mile vicinity of your house, and it's fascinating.
It really is.
Yeah, and it's weird because of social media, we don't know our neighbors anymore, but now because of this platform, we do again. So I don't know. I can't decide if I like knowing who my neighbors are and all the weird things they're doing or if I don't.
I don't even know my neighbors this round.
I like knowing what they're doing without having to engage.
That's why this is almost awesome because, yeah, you're like, okay, wow, they are really weird. Some odd things are happening. Who would have known? But, yeah, you don't have to do it. Yeah, yesterday, like I said, somebody had barricaded themselves in their house with a gun.
Ooh.
They were shutting down a street doing something like that in my neighborhood. I'm like, wow, okay, it's pretty exciting. And don't most neighborhoods in South Florida seem so quiet and peaceful?
I don't know. I don't know.
Mine does.
Not where Jaybird lives.
I mean, me, Kevin, and Denny's roughly live in the same area.
Yeah.
Not the same neighborhood, but I would say, half a mile away from
Yeah.
each other?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's some weird stuff going on. You're right. It's a little weirder by where we were at.
It is,
Yeah.
definitely.
I feel it's very peaceful, but yeah, you can connect this way. So if you do see anything entertaining, please send to us an email with it, or you can go on ahead and you can just simply do a little attachment.
I will say, ever since you brought up that whole duck thing, I have not been seeing ducks around where I live at.
Yes.
Didn't you get that?
Duck trapper, that was in our neighborhood. Yeah, there was a duck trapper. They even took a photo of her and shamed her and said that she took the mama duck and left the babies. And there was a big, like, all these people had gotten all upset on this neighborhood site, and they were going to go crash the HOA meeting. And, I'm like, it was late at night, so I didn't go. But I was really like, oh, man, I kind of want to go and just bring some popcorn and see what happens.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's coincidence. I have been really trying to eyeball me some ducks, and I haven't seen any.
Yeah.
Because they took them all.
I don't know.
And we heard they drive them out to the alligator farm and feed the gators.
Who told us that, though? Because I feel like that's one of those Port St. Lucie facts that somebody texted in.
Somebody texted it in. It seemed reliable.
Yeah. And the argument was apparently our HOA pays like $2,500 a year or something like that to this trapper to
Right.
remove the ducks.
And you live in the neighborhood, so all
Yeah.
those people that are mad.
my HOA fees
it's-
are going to trap the ducks.
Yeah, you're paying for the duck death.
Yeah. Yeah, people didn't like it.
The duck blood is on your hands, Kevin.
I know. That's why I gotta get in on this.
You might as well be putting the duck in the gator's mouth.
Duck murderer.
Yeah. Well, the great thing yesterday, we saw the Facebook ad. A woman who lives in an affluent neighborhood was upset with their neighbors because they're giving out inferior candy, and now they're losing their good reputation of being the neighborhood that has the great candy.
Gotta give out good candy, though. You really do gotta give out good
Well, and
candy.
especially if you're in an affluent neighborhood.
No, that's not even about that. It's about every house in America needs to give out good candy.
Some
damn
people
it.
can't afford the good candy.
I hear you. Now I feel guilty.
Yeah, that's what it is. We all don't have these means, Jay Bird.
Sometimes all you got is a fun-sized budget.
That's it.
I hear you.
Ain't nothing fun about it.
Then turn out your lights and act like you're not home. Don't you dare give us circus peanuts. Don't you dare give us candy corn.
Well, this is starting some fights that are going on here today, and that's what we got in our Facebook fishing. It's all about Halloween and trick or treat.
Drama, you got drama and you gotta tell all. You love to complain about your pain. Hey, you Facebook fishing.
This is Dana here that's putting pretty much his whole neighborhood on blast. He's a real tool. I'll be Dana. I feel like being a tool today. Let me see. On the other casting here, Jaybird, you can be Fallon. I'll have Virginia. You play the role of Vinny, and Denny's your Greg.
All right.
Vinny?
Yeah, Virginia will be Vinny.
Hey, yo, hey.
There you go.
I got a little bit of an attitude.
Yeah, let's really get into this.
I don't got no problem getting scrappy.
Yeah, let's see some acting.
Okay, here's the post that Dana put up on one of these neighborhood pages. Dana wrote, I know I'm going to get hate for this, but please keep your bratty kids away from my door on Halloween night. Some of you really don't know how to parent.
Here comes Greg. Wow, you sound like you're fun at party, Dana. What crawled up your butt and died?
No offense, Greg, but you're one of the asshat parents I'm talking about. Both of your kids left candy wrappers all over the neighborhood last year.
You're nuts, Dana. My kids did nothing like that. Keep talking, though. That's how people get their houses egged.
I agree with Dana, Greg. Your kids terrorized the neighborhood last year, and you did nothing because you're a crooked cop just like all your cop buddies.
Oh, jeez.
Here comes Fallon. Vinny, you're only defending Dana because you're banging her. And Greg, your kids did do terrible things last Halloween. You both are in the wrong and both need to do a little more mature things about it. I'm just saying.
Oh, shut up, Fallon. Everybody knows you give the worst candy in the neighborhood, and your husband likes to touch women without their consent. So step down, biatch.
Fallon didn't even vote in the last election. Her opinion means nothing. She is a fake and a liar. Consider this a warning shot, parents. If any of your kids step on my property this year, they will be sorry. Try me if you think I'm kidding.
Jeez.
It's going to be out there just punching kids in the face.
How's that going to go for you? Probably not well.
Well, Fallon's husband will be there to...
They're going to burn your house down.
Can you imagine? Just
Poof. Oh, my gosh. Poof.
Take that.
That woman really hates Halloween.
Yes. Well, there's a lot of good stuff that happens during Halloween. One of those things is Halloween Horror Nights, Universal Orlando. We got a pair of one-day park-to-park tickets and a complimentary parking pass. Going to start really blowing those out here today and throughout the rest of the week. Coming up about 45 minutes from now, we'll be giving a pair away to our best scary story in 5 words. That is going to be coming up. We always love asking for your creativity and what you can do. And you really can make a story creepy and scary in just 5 words. It can be done. Right, see? That's a scary story in just 5 words there, Virginia.
We are out of champagne.
Oh, wait, what? Terrible.
Are those Dad's bloody teeth? It's horrifying. Why Dad's got bloody teeth?
Because he's not flossing.
Dad got gingivitis.
It's so horrifying.
Scary.
Oh, my gosh. Dad, please.
Please floss, kids.
Please. Okay, so that's what we're going to be looking for coming up here at 8:30. So I'll let you start penning those.
I love this game.
Our best one that we get here today, we'll give out some tickets.
I could do this game for the entire 4 hours of the show.
I know you love this. That's why I
do.
bring this back every single year. We kind of do that. So coming up here in a couple minutes, we got the mystery box. We'll give away one pair of Halloween Horror Night tickets for that. Load up the lines right now if you can guess correctly what we have in the mystery box. 877-979-WRMF. 877-979-9763. If you're the first person that can correctly identify the mystery item, you win those Halloween Horror Night tickets coming up next here on the KVJ Show.
Tell me we're going to do that old school radio bit where I get to make sound effects, kind of like they did back in the
Yeah, we're working on that. Yeah, trying to get some stuff
Oh,
together.
somebody's walking down the street. Oh my gosh, I hear them.
Oh, no, wait, they're knocking at the door. So confused. I don't know what's going on here. Okay. So we got some Halloween Horror Night tickets. I know this is one of the biggest things that always happens every single year here in South Florida. We've got a nice little pair of the tickets with the one-day park-to-park tickets and a complimentary parking pass here for you. And the mystery box is set up with a spooky item. This is going to be just like that little haunted house I used to go to when I was a kid.
Yeah, well, they had a haunted house back. If anyone grew up in this area, especially in the northern Palm Beach County, they had the Twin City Mall, and they had one of the best haunted houses ever. It was so real that people used to punch the monsters that were teenagers working there because they would grab kids.
That just sounds like fun.
All these kids, they were teenagers dressed up as skeletons. They'd go rogue and they'd start grabbing little kids. So dads would start punching the monsters in there.
Wow.
It was real, dog.
That was in the good old days, huh?
The good old days when you could actually touch people, you know, and scare them in the haunted house.
Yeah, there's a couple of those makeshift little do-it-yourself haunted houses going. I went to a pretty impressive one about 10 years ago up in Jupiter, that whole area up there that they do all the stuff. I remember Cannon was just a baby.
And they jump out at you and stuff?
It was like, the whole house. I think it was a couple houses together. They had done something, and we went through it. And, I mean, for, a little bootleg haunted house, wasn't too bad.
Bootleg?
I'd love to be a character in the haunted house.
Yeah, I would talk like this the whole time.
Fright Nights is hiring.
We should get you out there for a night.
Come out there.
You might lose me. I may not come back.
Yeah.
I always thought I was kind of like I belong in that world, kind of like the circus world.
Yeah. I remember we had that scary clown last year, and he just loved it. He just lived it. That was
Different kind of animal right there.
That was his life.
Yeah,
that was his life.
He wasn't even scary because he respected his craft so much.
Took it seriously,
Yeah, you were like, wow, this guy's legit.
All right, who's digging their hand in the mystery box? We don't even really know what it is. I got a 7. What'd you get, Virginia?
I got a 4.
You got a 4.
I've got a J for jack-o'-lantern.
It stands for a lot of things, actually.
Yes, it does.
All right, so Virginia is going to be sticking her hands in the mystery box here today.
And Denny's is the one that picked out the mystery item?
Yep.
Yes.
All right, you better bring it,
Denny's
kid.
has got it all figured out.
I have the answer sheet.
He's got it. All right, so we're going to start giving the clues here. If you can figure out what we've got in the mystery box, then you will pick up the Halloween Horror Night tickets that we have got here. Okay, so we'll get the description here. KVJ TV, you get a little bit of an advantage because we got the mystery box right on there.
Oh, this blindfold
the
is
visual.
stinky.
I told you last time I put it on, we need to probably run that through the wash.
I'll take it home.
Yeah, that thing's pretty horrifying. Okay, all right, Virginia's going to stick her mitts into the mystery box and start giving us some clues as to what it might be. I got to tell you, honestly, the visual, I'm looking at that. I don't know how much help the visual is going to be. What the heck is that? All right, go ahead there, Virginia. Feel around there. You're going to feel a piece of paper. Denny's will help you out there. Okay.
Denny's is always stressed out when he's got to pick the item because he's like, oh, man, if it's a weak item, everyone's going to turn on me.
Yeah.
What do you need, Kev? What do you need?
Okay, Virginia's feeling through stuff there. Okay. All right, there. You just kind of just close your fingers now, Virginia, and that's your mystery item. Start giving us some good descriptions here so that somebody can win the Halloween Horror Night tickets.
Okay, it feels like little, sharp little plastics, but they're wet.
Sharp little plastics, but they are wet.
That helps us out not at all.
Yeah. I mean, that's...
They're small. They're maybe
okay.
an inch long and...
Yes, I see what they are. Now, I will tell you this. What is wet is something that is very Halloween-y. And
what is it?
It also has a color that goes with Halloween.
Oh, possibly murder red?
And what you are putting your fingers in right now, Virginia,
Yes.
is something that might be used to cause pain to someone. There might be a reason for that red liquid. Okay.
Did Denny's get a hold of some blood?
And also, what you are feeling, Virginia, might have come from a human.
Is it really blood?
Okay, that is the clues. It's something that could inflict pain, could come from a human, and yes, the wet you're feeling. Hold your hand up to the camera out here, Virginia, so that we can see.
Ew, what is that? All right.
Yeah, okay.
Do I need a napkin? Let me
Get away from me!
That is gross, and that is
Stop, please
gruesome.
Stop. I don't know what that is. Stop.
Okay. All right, we got Reagan on here from Wellington. Based on the
Stop.
clues and the visual that we got here,
Please stop.
could come from a human. Virginia said that they were sharp. They could be used to inflict pain, and there is red liquid on them. Okay, what do you think we've got here, Reagan, in our mystery box today?
Is it fingernails? Bloody fingernails?
Is it bloody fingernails? It is bloody fingernails.
Bloody fingernails.
Yes. We've pulled all of my fingernails out of my hand and we put them in the mystery box.
Where did the blood come from? That can't be real. Whose blood is that?
Is it your time of the month?
Yes. See, this is the next fun game. Whose blood is it? That's the next game that we play. Very nice. Bloody fingernails is what Denny's put in there. Congratulations, Reagan. You got Halloween Horror Night tickets,
Why
okay?
did you do that?
Thank you.
You are
you
very
get
welcome.
all-
You ever checked out that at Universal in Orlando?
Not in the several years, so that's great. My daughter and I will be heading up there this weekend. Thank you.
Okay, there you go. Good luck on that. Very nice. All right, another pair is going to be coming up here in 30 minutes for our favorite scary story in 5 words. So people are texting in submissions as well, so you can do it that way. We'll get to some of yours and our favorite. And another pair of Halloween Horror Night tickets going to be coming up on the KVJ show. Now, you've been in your apartment for how long now?
Since May.
Okay.
The middle of May. A little
That may not be right, though.
maybe much. It could have been June. In fact, and it is June.
It might be July.
I may be wrong.
It's definitely June. Never mind.
Okay. You didn't have the same kind of things happening at your old place?
I had stuff going on there. That's the stuff my dad would see. Remember, he'd
Yeah.
see that black cloud form, and then Chewie would start to bark at it and look at it. And you are right, Chewie has bad vision, so it was very noticeable when Chewie would see this thing. And I'd seen it too, and there was no smoking going on during that time period.
Denny's wasn't there.
Denny's was not
Yeah.
there.
Denny's comes in like Linus with a smoke cloud.
I get it. These are all the right questions. You should try to debunk this entire thing. I encourage everybody. I mean, I want people to really try to poke holes through this thing because I want legit footage that's released.
Okay. Now, what is most alarming is the clip that's out there, and there's an entity on video, Virginia, that they've seen, and they're like, could that be demonic?
So you can see it on the video?
2 clips that I saw. Again, I'm trying not to hinder the investigation, but yes, I personally thought I saw stuff, and everyone who saw it in the room thought the same thing.
Are we posting the video?
Vicky's on the line. You can ask her all because these are all the questions everyone's asking me. Ask away because she'll have the answers.
She's heading up the Ghost team. She's also on Jaybird's Weird and Whatever podcast that
Which
he does.
will be on tonight at 6 p.m.
Okay. So, Vicky, what is the latest? Because apparently there is an update that is going to be going on here today. Jaybird is going to be seeing a specialist in demons. Is that correct?
Yes, tonight he is going to have a phone conference with our demonologist. He is a demonologist that I've known since 2007. I have consulted him with any possible case from 2007 till today that might possibly be one that involves a demonic entity. And this is the first time in all these years that he has said, yes, I need to talk to you about this.
Now, when you see and meet this
Oh,
guy for the
my
first time,
gosh.
does he hand you a business card that says demonologist on it? Or is that just something that comes out in conversation?
No, we had both been on the same paranormal team at different times.
Uh-huh.
And the former founder director had asked him to consult on a case, so he and I became friends. And at that point, he was working on his credentials to be a demonologist, and since then,
So does he have a diploma then? How does that work, or how do you get like the?
Yeah, he actually works with a bishop who is associated with. It's very difficult if you do have a demonic entity to get the Catholic Church to be involved.
Yeah.
In order to have a priest, perform the actual exorcism. So there is a bishop who has formed a group. It's called the Paranormal Clergy.
Okay.
And they are there for people who aren't able to get the Catholic Church to be involved, and they perform these exorcisms. My demonologist is the one that goes in to determine if the case is even a high level enough or even demonic in order to send it to the bishop.
Wow.
We have sent all of our evidence to the bishop, and the bishop is waiting to see whether, to be quite honest, whether Jason is going to take this seriously enough for him to waste his time to come here and take care of it.
A good point.
Vicky, I am taking it seriously. I really am. I mean, I'm doing the work. I'm trying not to give all the details, but I got to tell you, the mob is getting angry and they want answers, and they want this investigation to conclude. When I say the mob, I'm talking about Kevin in Virginia.
Kevin and Virginia need to realize that pretty soon Jason will not exist. Jason will be a pet for something.
He'll be a what?
We don't take care of it.
A pet? Ooh, I kind of like that. A pet?
Yeah, is it some kind of weird S&M stuff that he does on the weekend with a ball gag?
Yeah, explain to me what you mean by that. So he like the demon will be his master, and he will be but the hound of hell. Is that kind of it? Is that what we're talking about here, Vicky?
Pretty much he will be influenced by this thing so much that he will cease to make his own decisions. That is the ultimate
actually might not be a bad
goal of a demonic entity.
I feel like the demon could put it together better.
Maybe the demon's trying to get my life organized.
This could be a good thing, actually.
Okay, but for example, right now, Vicky, is the demon hearing us make fun of, the situation? Because that's what people are asking me. Like, oh, Jason, you're making jokes again. Don't do that. I mean, is the demon even hearing any of this? Because, we got to have a little bit of levity here.
It depends on your stage. It depends on what stage you're at. A demonic possession has multiple stages. There's the initial stage, which is infestation, which is when basically you just have paranormal activity in your home and you're not able to distinguish it between regular spirit activity. The next step is going to be oppression. At the very minimal, you are currently under oppression. That is when whatever entity it is won't let you sleep. It won't let you go about your regular routine. It interferes with your relationships. It does things like that. Then the next step would be to actually have you weak enough to be possessed, in which you would not be in control of your actions. And finally, the ultimate goal of a demonic entity is death. Someone would have to die, whether it's the host, the person who's possessed, or that someone close to them or someone who's a victim of that host.
Or the host of the KBJ show.
Well, hey, don't take out this host.
If you look at any pictures, you're like, oh, Kevin's possessed.
Yes,
he got a demon in his eye.
Many demons.
Vicky, this is fascinating stuff. Just do me a favor. Don't read the comments in the chat room.
Well, my question here, Vicky, and this is goofy but serious. Now, Jaybird's an interesting character and always has been. I've known him for over 15 years. And so with people who live a more normal lifestyle, it might be easier to be like, okay, there's some weird behavior. When you've got somebody like Jaybird here, how do you sometimes separate his behaviors between that's just the weird dude he is,
and that's the demon,
and that's the demon? How they ever? I mean, this has got to be a baffling case for your demonologist.
You're a mystery over there.
Well, how we separated it was basically the evidence that we collected. I know that you did play the one on air, that we sent you the proper version of how to play it backwards, where it says, I'm here. We also have another one that sounded odd, so we put it through, ran it backwards, and it actually says Jason's name backwards. So when you have a location where you're getting EVPs that you have to play backwards, that's a sign that you're dealing with something demonic. That video footage, what is on that video, that is not a human entity. It is not. And
Curious.
that's what made this demonologist stand up after all these years and say, I can't repeat what he said, but just say, holy you know what, when I sent him that footage.
How's the Catholic Church going to feel about him swearing?
Never mind.
They let Rocco stay in school.
You're right. They're used to
They're
it.
not that
because of
strict.
Virginia's 4-year-old son. They're used to that kind of language.
He's broken him.
Okay, did the demon, did it say Jason or did it say Jay Bird?
That's a good point.
It said Jason.
Okay. All right, here is a little bit of the clip here. That was the, what was it? Do we know what it was
That
saying?
was the other one.
That was the other one.
That was the I'm here.
Okay, and this was the one where we think it was saying Jason, I believe.
I don't think so again.
Yeah, that's the girl.
That was the,
Jason.
okay. Jason. And now, is it a female? Do we know, or do they have?
But that's not the backwards one. I never sent Jason the backwards one. I still have the one where, like I said, we were going over audio. We couldn't tell what it said. We put it through the program, played it backwards, and it says Jason. I did not send Jason that one yet.
Can we play that on Weird and Whatever tonight?
I can see if I can get it off the computer and send it to you.
Okay.
We have this case. I must have somewhere in the neighborhood of 25 to 30 EVPs.
Okay. So
Every
it's a very
few
chatty.
seconds on my recorder. Yes, every few seconds on my recorder, I'm stopping and I'm having to T-mark another EVP. And what is also telling about the EVPs is that they are curse words. Most of the time, that doesn't happen on an investigation. Not only are they curse words, but they are said in patterns of 3. Everything that's going on is textbook.
So is this like Spirit have OCD then? Is
You
he?
down with OCD?
Yeah, you know me. Okay.
Check out a couple comments in the chat room.
Don't read the chat room
James
comments.
in the chat room says, this whole bit sucks. Jason is not taking it seriously, and it's kind of annoying. End this. I am absolutely taking this seriously.
Yeah.
But if you want me to be like, I've got demons, and cry the whole time,
Yeah.
sorry, James, it ain't going to happen.
Well, it might, but that's not going to be today.
You're right.
Maybe tomorrow. That'll be the case.
If you come in here and start acting weird, though, I'm going to be like, is it the demon, Kevin?
So will we have an update about your meeting? The demonologist is today, and we'll find out tomorrow, like what he has to say. Is that right, Vicky?
We should be able to, as long as Jason meets me before the Weird and Whatever, not on his property. I cannot have this discussion with the demonologist at his place. He needs to meet me someplace prior to that to have the conversation.
How about like Chili's?
I love it. 2 for 1 every day.
2 for 1. Get real boozed up. Get a bunch of that queso.
2
in
for
you.
1.
Demonologist party of 3. Demonologist party of 3.
Meet me at Okeechobee. Dustin, the fake ass guy on YouTube, meet me there at Chili's. All you Johnny Come Latelys, everyone meet me at Chili's tonight.
Hecklers party of 28.
Yeah.
Hecklers party of 28.
Hecklers and haters.
Don't invite the demon.
Come
Boy,
on
Chili's
down.
are going to be off the chain tonight.
Let's go talk. I'm going to get into a ghost fight after 9 margaritas.
He's not possessed by a demon. He's drunk off them Presidente margaritas.
Oh, they get you, Virginia.
Oh, they're so good.
Okay.
Come on down.
Well, thank you for the update, and we'll be chatting with you again soon. Okay, Vicky?
All right, thank you.
All right. Fascinating stuff, Jay Bird. Oh, you've got some interesting things, my friend. Oh, listen to the horror of this one. Virginia stops having plastic surgery.
Never. Don't worry.
Here's one that's horrifying for us in the studio. I like this submission. I smell Virginia's sausage farts. That one's actually pretty scary. Or how about, Jay Bird's been drinking White Claw.
Do we have any here today?
We have a lot of beer. We drank all the White Claw.
Yeah, for a guy who's tap dancing with a demon, you might want to refrain. Okay, those are some of the submissions we've got. Scary story in 5 words. Hey, we need to talk. I hate that.
I hate that too. And then they don't follow up with details. We need to talk.
Don't say that. Just talk to me. Tell me what it is.
Thank you. Don't make me wonder, because to me...
Actually, don't talk to me. Text me what it is.
How about this? They sold out of waffles. Oh my gosh.
If Waffles sells out of waffles, that's a dark day.
it's just
The bird
terrible.
might just spiral.
Yes.
We still never got those waffles.
I don't want those waffles.
Oh, you know you're gonna have them if they're here. I'll get them real syrupy for you.
How about this? Scary story in 5 words. 8 Taco Bell bathroom locked. Wow.
Oh.
What do you do then, Virginia?
I don't know. Find a bush.
Yeah, it's just terrible.
You got to do your best to hide, but when you got to release, you got to release.
Yeah, gotta do what you gotta do.
Ned is here. Who's Ned? It's 5.
Who's Ned?
Exactly. You're worried. Why is Ned here? Who
Must be scary.
Who is Ned? I don't know him. You don't know me. Why is he here?
Okay, those are some of our finalists. Which one is the best scary story in 5 words?
Ned didn't.
Ned does not make the cut
No.
for Halloween Horror Night tickets.
We're
Not a chance.
protesting that one.
Not
That's
a chance.
fine. I'm over here dealing with demons.
He's got a lot on his plate. All right, we'll give out those Halloween Horror Night tickets here in just a second. 877-979-WRMF, 877-979-9763.
Ow! There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. Huh, so many people on meth. Ow!
Probably knew this was going to be an interesting case here when the Vero Beach cops rolled up on this 34-year-old woman. She was riding her bike. No lights were on it. Late at night. Like, okay, let's see what's going on with her. They try to have a conversation with her. She's a little belligerent. So they wind up having to thrust her to the ground as things escalate quickly. They find a screwdriver in her front pocket.
Oh.
A crack pipe in her butt.
Oh, boy.
Crack and crack? That is how you know you've got a problem.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, boy, here we go. Another chick on a bike, no lights.
And she was
What are we going to find in her butt?
She was on a bike, too?
That would be really tough. That's why I think it would be very tough. Yes, sitting on a bike seat, those things are tough enough on your butt when you don't have a crack pipe in it.
This story really is layered because it's
She sounds like a pro, Kev. This ain't her first time with a crack pipe, you know where, on a bike.
Probably not, no. She was arrested for possession of drug paraphernalia and resisting arrest.
And she was driving 90 miles an hour on a bike.
There's a woman in Louisiana who claimed that the meth that she had in her lady parts wasn't hers.
It fell in there.
I don't know how it got there. She now has admitted that, okay, it was mine. I know, you got me, you figured it out. There's a woman who just tweeted a video of when TSA stopped her. She had a different kind of contraband going on. Hers wasn't a crack pipe, wasn't meth. Her contraband, 20 bags of Flamin' Hot Cheetos.
Oh.
So, we got some right here.
Yeah, I think, like, she was trying to bring them to a friend or something.
In South Korea, yeah, but TSA thought it was a little suspicious. So they inspected all the bags before they finally let her through.
If I was in prison and Virginia wanted to bring me some pound cake, would they allow me to bring that, or would that'd probably be against?
Something tells me you'll be getting enough pounding in prison.
Yeah, somebody else is going to... Don't worry, bub. Somebody else is going to pound your cake.
You'll want something else.
That'll be my prison name is Pound Cake.
Pound cake.
All right, maybe that was a bad... Okay, how about this? Some hand pies.
That's not much better.
I guess you're right.
Yeah.
You might be somebody's hand pie, too.
But if you wanted to sneak me in, you know, like corn dogs or pierogies, could I take them from you? I guess they'd be afraid they're laced, maybe.
I think every place is different depending on the level of security.
And if it was against the rules, would you honestly try to sneak me in some food?
I think I'm allowed to give you money, and I can put it on your account, and you can buy stuff from the commissary. But I don't think I'm allowed to bring you stuff and give it to you. I think like you can like bring like a Bible and stuff, but I don't think I can bring in like a bunch of Flamin' Hot Cheetos and give them to you if you're in jail.
Yeah. It's kind of because I think you have to do the commissary and...
Yeah, they want to make money off of the prisoners.
There's no way they have good snacks in prison.
I don't know. Maybe.
It's a good question.
It's a business.
Maybe they got the best snacks in the game.
It maybe depends on what facility you're in as to what snacks you get.
You're right. I wonder, do they
Every place is probably different.
if you want a frozen microwave, because or a frozen hamburger, have some of those vending machines have frozen food in there that you can heat up sometimes.
You're asking me like I know how the commissary inside jail works. I've never been.
I think we need some answers on this, Kev.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, Fat Kevin.
Somebody needs to go to jail. 1, 2, 3, not it.
Maybe we talk to Felicity Huffman when she gets out. I have a feeling she's going to get great snacks where she's going.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's going to fancy jail.
Seems kind of tough and a really hard 4 years. 22-year-old guy in Saudi Arabia had some tweezers stuck
In where?
front.
Why? What was he trying to get out?
I don't know.
demon?
Maybe it's what he's trying to get in.
He put tweezers?
That's what happens when you become possessed.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I believe after Jaybird gets possessed, we're going to have a daily cavity search. What you put in there today, bub?
Who's the newest on the show?
Suits.
Yeah.
He's the one that's got to go in.
All right. Yeah.
Good luck, Suits. You think he trembles now. He's going to be very upset when he has to give you a cavity search.
Well, I think we're one bit away from really breaking Suits.
We do a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
We need to take him out to dinner and buy him some drinks and just love on him.
And whatever we do, we cannot get him possessed.
No. Oh my gosh, your demon cannot jump onto Suits.
Because I'm not sure our insurance covers that.
No,
Have
definitely.
we looked into that?
Well, we have gotten people possessed before. We have looked into it, and no, it's not covered.
Is possession covered under health insurance? Everybody know that?
Oh.
There's a Pennsylvania man that woke up and found a naked man singing in his kitchen.
That's horrifying.
Yeah. And on top of that, he was sitting on the kitchen floor drinking milk.
That is pretty scary.
That is definitely an interesting morning. Did you see the problems going on for this cop in Miami Beach? He's been suspended after he appeared in a video making a fake arrest on 3 lingerie models.
Those girls were hot.
Yes.
Here's what happened. I can tell you right now. They talked him into it. He lost his mind temporarily and did it. And then now he's like, oh my gosh, what did I do?
What have I done?
Because these girls were next level
Yeah, they
smoking
were.
hot,
They were
Jay
good-looking
Burr.
girls.
If you were a cop, you'd have done it too.
Yeah. Belkis was talking about last night on the Channel 7 News, and here's some of the audio from the Instagram video. Now, this is a big boy cop. You know, he's sitting there, and he's kind of like on one of them little cop quad runner things, and, you know, they're in nothing but lingerie. And I don't know how they were parading around. Like, he was walking them up to the Miami Beach police station.
I was thinking maybe it was like super early on a Sunday morning and nobody was
I don't
there.
know. It was
like,
sunny. It looked like it was, you know, in the afternoon.
But it had to be when nobody was there on the weekend super early.
Yeah.
There's no way you could do that like in a work week when everybody's like coming in and out of there. Like, there's no way.
So here's like the cop. He's sitting on his ATV. He's got the 3 lingerie models are all around him.
They
like,
look incredible.
Yes, and swooning on him.
You can arrest us, but you can't keep us from having fun.
Oh, yeah, he's loving that. Oh, man.
Officer Bird likes it too.
Yeah. The cop in the video was heard telling the ladies, no problem. Enjoy the community. I like to protect and serve. Have a good day, ladies. I mean, it really is just like the lead up to a bad porn, isn't it?
It really
Every
is.
single officer in his precinct is high-fiving him.
Well, I don't know.
Maybe not the chief.
The chief is
Maybe
not
not the
high-fiving.
chief.
Do it on the way out the door. I'm not sure if he's going to be there much longer.
Aw.
We'll see.
He's just having fun.
Yeah, I know.
You
Like,
would not
Chris,
be
you
a
can't have
good
that kind of
police
fun.
chief, Virginia.
I would
You'd
not.
let a lot of things slide, and then you'd let a lot of things not slide. It'd be really weird.
I would.
Yeah. And just to let you know, this is going to be interesting, happening next month. Keep your eye out. There's something called a full beaver moon that is going to be hitting, which I think actually was setting over the Miami Beach Police Department.
Be careful. She'll bite.
Yeah, oh yeah. Watch out for that one.
Is it me, or did it seem like there was such a boom of serial killers in the 70s?
Yeah, it was a big thing.
It was a big thing.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we still got him if you got this guy going into the 2000s.
But I wonder if that's when the media started to report on it and really put, because that's when the term serial killer came out. It's relatively a newer term, serial killer.
The 70s were kind of creepy.
They were. Everyone had a mustache, driving vans around.
It was creepy, and it's just the color of everything just looked dead.
Like beige, or it had a hue around it.
Right, it did.
Like old avocado.
Everything looked old. Yeah.
Now it's a trendy filter on Instagram. They verified 50 deaths and attributed the 79-year-old Samuel Little.
And he's super creepy when you hear him in interviews because he's got, they say, a photographic memory. He can tell you exactly what all of his victims were wearing, their eye color, hair color, like detail.
A lot of times when they go into the details, they're reliving it and they're getting off on that. I mean, if you watch the BTK in court talk about all of his victims, he is just, I mean, proud of it. He can't wait to tell you the details. I mean, you can see it in his face.
That's crazy.
Oh, it's so crazy.
And he had like a wife.
He had a whole life going on.
Was he like a church deacon or something?
Yeah, and not only that, his daughter was about, I think, 22, early 20s when she found out her dad was the BTK. I mean, your 20s, and that's when you find out your dad is off?
That is messed up.
She came out with a whole book. And
how is she?
She tells her story, and then some people are like, oh, you don't deserve to tell your story because your dad's an evil person, and shut up. And then there are other people, we want to hear your story.
It's not her fault.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
What'd she do?
Even Ted Bundy's got a kid that is in hiding.
Oh, really?
Yep. Wow. He got a woman pregnant in prison.
Ted Bundy did?
Yeah, not only that, he got married in court while he was on trial for murder.
Wow.
Sounds like a lot of fun. These guys are
how does that
having a good time.
Yeah, how do you even allow that to happen?
Yeah, how do you? Like, don't you say no? You can't have conjugal visits. You killed a bunch of people, and you can't get married in court. We're not wasting our time with your buffoonery.
People were outraged when the nurse murderer, Richard Speck, was footage leaked of him in prison. He not only got a boob job done, he got his boobs enlarged, and there's video of him smoking crack.
He got breast implants in prison?
Doing cocaine, doing all this stuff. He was living his the best life.
Living my best life.
Yeah. Oh, there's a video clip that got released out in the public. Someone was filming him. He's like, oh, if they only knew how great I was living in prison, people would be real mad. And he's doing drugs. Oh, yeah. It's crazy.
New boobs, meth, cocaine.
Yeah, I'm not real sure how he got that. But, yeah, he had some kind of breast thing done to him.
New loose cellmate named Pound Cake Pennington.
Oh, she's real loose.
Oh,
things are great in there.
I think if I had to go to prison, I think I just have to act like Lana the whole time.
Don't break character.
Just,
cry yourself to sleep at night. Yeah, Ted Bundy's trumped by this guy. Green River Killer, John Wayne Gacy. He got nothing on this 79-year-old Samuel Little. So.
And that's how they look at it too. It's all about numbers and stats. Yeah. You think it's not, but it really is. They talk about that kind of stuff.
Like they're gonna get their own bubblegum card or something.
Well, Bundy looked down on the Green River Killer because the Green River Killer, he killed prostitutes. So Bundy's like, yeah, what's the where is the suspense in that? Where is the
He's doing that yawn emoji.
Yeah, like exactly. Yeah.
The difficulty level.
Thank you. Yes.
Do they have a scoring system? I mean, is there you get so many points for this or that? Be like, it's prostitute.
They do. That's why they're sick.
Exactly. No, you're right. They do have a type of I have a better number count than that person.
Unreal, man.
Well, think about people who have an ego. Their ego is just in murder. So they're going to try to brag about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, that's a big story today. Like I said, the timing on that's unbelievable.
I got to stop watching Mindhunters.
Yeah, you do.
People are getting sucked into that show. That's the Netflix show, right?
It's really good. If you are into this kind of stuff, it's pretty fascinating.
Why are we so into that stuff? I mean, it's not just you. They're the top. Those murder shows are the top shows like on every network, and there's like 8,000 of them. Why are we so fascinated with murder?
Because I think most people aren't murderers. I think we're fascinated by something that we're not. We can't fathom that somebody would do it, and I think people they're interested in things that are horrifying.
Yeah.
If you want to see something on Netflix that I'm going to watch probably very soon because I heard the story and I was like, whoa. It's a new miniseries on Netflix called Unbelievable. And it's the story about this girl that was raped and nobody believed her and just all the craziness that happened. And then I won't tell you the ending, but it's a crazy story, and it's on Netflix. It's brand new.
Yeah, there's
97% on Rotten Tomatoes.
There's a bunch of. I mean, if you do like this kind of programming, there's so much, especially on we call it the Murder Network at our house, but it's Investigate. And I was telling y'all about that See No Evil. Well, they have another one called Hear No Evil, and it's when these murderers are killing somebody, but they have no idea all of the audio is being recorded, and that's how they find out that they. I mean, it's pretty creepy to hear.
Some crazy stuff. Well, that's one of the interesting things here. They're talking about what everybody's going to be doing for the Halloween costumes. And, you know, you ever had that party where you're just regretting inviting that one guy who every year likes to try to shock everybody?
I have one of those
And they're going to dress as this serial killer?
Every year they
year.
do something, yes.
They just want to do that.
Oh, yeah. If a celebrity has died, that's going to be usually one of he dressed up as the Croc Hunter.
Aww.
After a Croc Hunter had passed. That's the kind of level. Shocking.
How many of us, though, have had a costume that we dressed up for Halloween? We thought it was going to be a big hit, and it was a total flop, and nobody knew what you were, and they kept asking you the entire time, so what are you supposed to be? I think we all do that.
Yeah, I went as a plumber one year as a kid, and no one knew what I was. Because I took the dirty diaper, like they had a fake poop diaper, and so I pinned it on my shirt. I'm like, yeah, I'm a plumber. We weren't making much money that year, so
It doesn't make a lot of sense.
it didn't make. No one knew what I was.
Why do you have a diaper on
Exactly.
you? Why is there poo on it?
I'm a plumber, but I think I was also a zombie plumber. So it made it kind of confusing.
I know this guy, he thought last year he had the best costume ever. He was going to go as post-op Malone. So he dressed like Post Malone, but carried around an IV pole, and the entire night people were like, what are you? And he went to like an old person's party, and he's like, you know, I'm Post-op Malone. They're like, I don't get it at all. He's like, you know, Post Malone. They're like, yeah, nothing.
Nope.
I respect the move, though.
It just wasn't working. He said the whole night's terrible. I've just met with all these looks of like, no.
We don't get it.
No, I have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah. So you got to keep up. You got to kind of know your audience, too.
Yes.
Yeah. That might kill if you're going to, you know, a party with people in their 20s or 30s. Yeah. Over 40. Yeah. Maybe Post-op Malone's not going to work. Okay, so I do have some new terms here for you, things that you might want to know. I educated you on the Visco girl. You say that your daughter Magnolia is a Visco girl, Virginia?
Yes, she loves that whole look.
Yeah, if you don't know what it is, it's VSCO. It is taken from the photo editing app Visco, which allows users to take pictures and features a set of preset filters emulating classic film photographs. I guess if you want to recreate like a beachy look. So it's typically kind of like your Gen Z white teens are taking part in this. They're wearing their Crocs or oversized T-shirts. They're, wearing like the lighter, natural-looking makeup. They say the backpack. What is this brand? Fajarl Kanken? What is that? That's the type of backpack that these Visco girls are wearing. I never heard of that. I guess it's what do you get at IKEA?
I don't know.
Puka shell necklaces.
Check, we got that.
Did you ever go through a puka shell necklace phase?
I did, yeah.
I went through it too.
I did. It was when I was like real meat. I think I had I have a photo for some reason. I think it was after I lost a bet to Virginia. I was all meaty. I had bleach blonde hair, a puka shell necklace. I was a complete disaster. Complete disaster.
That's when you always did look photoshopped in every picture.
Yeah.
You were just abnormally big.
I was a complete disaster. Terrible hair for me. Velvet scrunchies, the Pura Vida bracelets.
Oh, yeah.
She got those too.
Got all that.
She got her hydro flask, reusable water canister.
Yeah, extra large.
Okay, all right. We need to do our Jaybird Visco girl photo shoot.
I know. I asked Mags. I'm like, what do we have we can put Jaybird in? She's like, he's going to stretch all my claws.
No, I will, Mags. I've gained a little weight.
Just got to find the wardrobe for
He
this
won't
Visco
fit in
girl.
my Vans. He won't fit in my puka shell necklace. And he won't fit in any of my stuff.
I went through a big puka shell slash... I'm dressing like I'm a surfer, but I've never been on a surfboard kind of a thing. I was wearing Billabong and all these surf things, and I never surfed.
Yeah.
What a poser.
Just trying to fit in, man.
Just trying to fit in.
I did that with skater clothes.
Me too. Yeah, I'm wearing Quicksilver. My mom told me I was not allowed to ride a skateboard because I was going to, her words, get kidnapped from somebody.
Some of the other terms you might want to know. Pronouns. What are pronouns? They're words used by bras to replace standard noun forms like bruh, dude, man, guy, and occasionally cuz.
Cuz?
Yeah. Dry snitching. What is dry snitching?
I think I know what this is.
Not as fun as wet snitching.
No.
Is dry snitching when you have the chance of saving somebody from something and you don't tell them? We know Kevin's about to get in trouble with the boss.
It's almost kind of the opposite. It's intentionally getting somebody in trouble by outing something that they've done wrong while trying to keep it sly. So you want to get somebody in trouble, but you don't want them to know that you're the one that got them in trouble. So that's doing some dry snitching where you wouldn't take claim, be like, oh my gosh, that's terrible. You got in trouble for that, and you're the one that actually snitched on. That's dry snitching.
I've worked with someone like that before. I think we all have.
Yeah.
Dry snitching. They try to play innocent too, and they are trying to make your demise.
Mm-hmm.
We see you.
And if you say you're going to Mom and Dad Depot, what are you doing? I know this because I am running my own Mom and Dad Depot right now. It's when you've got like adult children and they kind of live on their own, but they somehow always show up to your house and all your toilet paper is missing. And all those like things that you kind of need. Be like, what happened to all the tissues? Where is that? There's no TP around here. All my toothpaste is gone. What is going on? Oh yeah, I'm running a Mom and Dad Depot. They come and then they leave with like these huge duffel bags full and they steal all your stuff.
You think it's clothes. It's all your TP.
It's kind of stealing. And you kind of want to call the cops on your own adult kid, but I don't know if you can.
You can't, but you need to start checking bags when they leave.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's on the sly. So that's a Mom and Dad Depot. Either you're taking from it or you're running one yourself. Just not a fun thing to have. So there you go. Okay. Got something fun for you this weekend. Don't know what you got planned, but the Oktoberfest stuff, which has been going on, kind of kicked off last weekend all over the place. But the biggest in all of South Florida kicks off this weekend. 46th Annual Oktoberfest at the American German Club at the Palm Beaches in Lake Worth.
Yes. I'll be out there on Saturday.
Beer, your pretzels, bourbon, kids carnival, live entertainment, free parking too. All part of the fun. And we got a 4-pack of tickets for you. Here's what you got to do, though. You got to tell us which tweet belongs with whom. Okay.
If it's somebody trying to fight one of somebody on their Twitter page, it's usually Virginia. Just give me that a helpful hint.
I could have gone peaceful. You don't know.
You have never gone peaceful.
Okay. Let's see what we got here. All right. Whose tweet is this? I tried to lick my elbow all night. I couldn't get it done. So I decided to lick some pound cake instead.
Oh, I mean, of course.
Hashtag pound cake pounder, which if you go into that hashtag, you'll find some very interesting things.
Did you click on it?
You are ridiculous.
How do you know it's me? It could have been Kevin.
Pound cake pounder. Who is the pound cake pounder here on the KVJ show? Myself, Virginia Jaybird, or Denny's?
And licking elbows is not the easiest game in town.
Okay. Whose tweet was this? Just looking at some crustaceans and enjoying their real dank energy. Good times, everybody.
I mean, this is easier than Denny's or Animal.
Who sent out that tweet? Who sent out this one? It says, Uber driver, is it okay if I speed and talk on the phone? Me, I always do. No judgment, bro. Hashtag White Claw Summer 2019.
Okay.
And final tweet here. I just pulled a glute flushing an airplane bathroom toilet with my foot. Stretch before you fly. Okay.
Yeah, they all sound like us.
Yeah.
If you know us, you should hopefully be able to put them in the right order pretty easily. Okay. Whose tweet is whose?
A lot of talk about crustaceans these days.
Oh, I know. They're a hot topic.
I mean, off of the air.
Yes. Oh, really?
Yes, that and ankle health.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're both very important things.
They are.
How do you know you're getting old?
877-979-WRMF. 877-979-9763. You can get your Oktoberfest tickets right now.
This is the KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.
Okay, whose tweet is it? We got 4 of them here. It's either myself, Virginia, Jaybird, Denny's. You just got to put them in the right order. Okay, tweet number 1 says, I tried to lick my elbow all night. I couldn't get it done, so I decided to lick some pound cake instead. Hashtag pound cake pounder.
And on. Yeah.
Signed, some dude in prison.
Pound cake, by the way, outstanding when it's really spongy and moist.
You like lemon?
I do. Oh, I know we got it. The show's ending. I got to show.
You got him going on pound cake.
I know.
Better watch out.
I said lemon. He lost it.
This tweet says, just looking at some crustaceans and enjoying their real dank energy. Good times, everybody. How about this one? This tweet says, Uber driver says, is it okay if I speed and talk on the phone? Me, I always do. No judgment, brah. Hashtag White Claw Summer 2019.
I mean, someone's doing little
It's a conversation like the Uber driver says this. Is it okay if I speed and talk on the phone?
Oh, yeah.
I always did. No judgment, brah. Hashtag White Claw Summer 2019.
Doing like a segment bit on Twitter.
Yeah.
Really just putting it out there.
Right. And this person on the KVJ show said, I just pulled a glute flushing an airplane bathroom toilet with my foot. Stretch before you fly. Okay, so who was what? We got Nanuette here to try to do it for her Oktoberfest tickets. Tweet number 1, who do you think that was, Nanuette?
I'm going to say Jaybird.
Who do you think was tweet number 2?
Denny's.
Tweet number 3?
Virginia.
And tweet number 4?
That would be you, Kevin.
Very nice. Yes, you know the KVJ show. Fantastic. Not a problem. You got a 4-pack of tickets to the American German Club at the Palm Beaches in Lake Worth, okay?
Awesome. Thank you so much, guys. My family and I love you guys.
Love you too. Thank you so much, and you have a good time, okay?
Thank you so much. Have a great day, guys.
Okay, will do. Nick Jonas now on The View. Or not, what is it? The Voice, I guess it is. I'd love to see him on The View.
Oh, they would
That'd
love
be so
him.
much better.
They would eat him alive.
Then ask him a question, then when he answers,
I guess Gwen Stefani's time is done. Adam
Yes.
Levine is also out. Cause
Adam's been gone. Gwen is there now, but Gwen's residency in Vegas is about to kick up.
Oh, okay. And Adam Levine's working on Maroon 5 stuff. They've got their show coming up here in just a couple of weeks at Hard Rock Live.
Okay.
They're going to be there for the grand opening of that.
So maybe they're preparing for that.
I think that's probably it. It's going to be a big old show. So some good stuff.
I wonder how much they get paid to do that gig.
I'd like to know, too. They're
Are they
throwing out
getting-
tons of money.
Are they getting paid to do it by the Hard Rock, or are they selling tickets to the event and they just make the ticket money?
I have a feeling it's both.
Wow.
I bet they're making a ton of money. They will probably make at least $1 million, Maroon 5, for one night of work. Would
Not
be
too
my guess.
shabby.
Yeah.
And Levine will give the guys in the band $50.
break him
Yeah.
off a piece.
They got to pay for their own Ubers there, though.
Maybe get him an appetizer. Maybe.
Yeah. All right, we got After the Show podcast going to be coming up here live on YouTube. You can watch it or check it on the back end of our regular show podcast we do every single day. Find that on any podcast app on the iPhone. It's a purple app, says podcast. You can go to Podcast One, download that for free. Just type in the KVJ show and it'll pop up. And make sure you listen to our regular show without music and commercials. And then the last 30 minutes is this bonus After the Show podcast we're about to do. Before we get to that, Jaybird, wrap up today with a thought, my friend.
Just something to think about, something to ponder. If you don't cut the cake in pieces and just eat the whole cake, then you only had one piece.
It's true. Yes.
Semantics, baby.
I had a piece of cake. You're right. Good point.
Do you want to watch the KVJ show live or on demand? Find us on youtube.com/KVJ show.